Most welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really glad to be back. Today I have brought you a really brilliant topic, which I'm detailing about how brain cat work in relation to a human uh, brain. And don't forget to click the subscribe bar as well as notification bells to keep updated. Um, Here I have my friend the key. It's really brilliant and it's really fun. So today I want to explain how the key brain work in relation to a human brain. It's a really brilliant topic that you're going to enjoy, and you're going even to teach your kids how they can be behaving, how they can learn. So most of the key, when maybe you put an object down the floor, you find that the kid start playing with the object, and that tells, if even if you compare to a baby who is just 2 to 3 years old, you find that this the baby how it's behaving. When you put something, a phone on floor or on table, you find that he or she start playing with um that phone that you put on the table, right? So this happened because they realize that this is something like an object. Oh, my key. Oh, all right, fine. So, and at the same time, they realize who they take care of. So, for example, if you take care of your kid, it means your kid is going to be your best friend. This is even common to us, right? So, if yourself, someone is taking care of yourself, you be close to those people, right? So even the kid is able to realize, okay, this person is able to take care of me, so I have to be near to. And those people who don't take care of, they can be associated with. This is even common to the people. We people only associate with people who take care of us. We feel loved, and when we feel not loved, we get out from, because we don't feel like we are loved. So this is just same like how the key work. So the brain of the key is just same like a human being, right? So if you realize how this work, you can be able to train your child how to love you as well. If you really love your key will always be close to you, and will be always obedient to you, right? On another hand, the strange anxiety, these kids, they always experience, just as the 2 years, 3 years old child. You'll find maybe when a child is really young, someone has just come in the house, they'll try to say, okay, I feel like this is a stranger. They will try to run, they will try to cry, all that. Same applies with a kid. When someone just come in the house, what they will do is, they can run, or sometimes they can just see uh, do a sound of meow, trying to go to someone or calling someone who is always taking care or who is always near them. So this is just same like just as a human being. So if you are able to realize how the key work, how the key brain work, as well as the key brain work, you are able to train your child how they should be. If your child is not being able to fear the stranger, it means there's a problem with the brain or with the mind. So you have to understand how you can bring your child or to a psychotherapy, or maybe a sociologist or a psychologist, so that have to um, figure out what's wrong with the brain, because a kid at an age of 2 or 3 years, he has to have that fear of strangers. So if the same applies with a kid, sometimes fear the strangers. So this is a really brilliant topic that you have to understand. Once you figure it out, you're going to be able to train your child how to behave around the people. So, and if you look at the heart rate of the kids compared to the child, when a kid you hold like this, when I hold it like this, is cool. It don't feel like it's secure. You feel like it's secured, right? The heart rate is just normal, but sometimes you find that when it's just I hold it like this, sometimes when I try to check the heart rate of it, right? I try to check the heart rate of it. You find that it's really high, just as in kids, just because the heart of them and us, we are different, and that's the same time this type of a kid is really young. So most of the time, sometimes you find that it's trying to the cells, they are not yet that matured, so it will try. Yeah, it's pumping really, really, really high. You'll see. So if you look at this kid, it's really, really. You see what I'm pressing here. You feel like, oh, what's wrong? What's going on? I feel, oh, even a human being, when you feel like something is happening to them, they feel the adrenaline is going to offer them that type of fear. They feel, oh, I feel like this is a really, really strange thing, and it brings the fear within them. So same applies with a kid. So the only difference between you and kid is that you yourself, you have got high brain, or you have high thinking capacity as compared to the kid, because the cortex, the surface area of the brain and the kids is a difference. So if you look at your brain and the kid, it's a difference. The key size of the brain is really small, which is making it to think small, right, than as compared to a human. But to the baby who is about 2 years to 3 years, they're just same. There's not any that much difference, because if you hit the kid, it's going to do it's going to cry like that, right? Why? It's trying to offer the security to someone who can take care of them, so that when they do that sound, someone can come near them, so that can protect them, can secure them. If same applies to the kid, if you try to beat them, they'll try to say, oh, they cry to someone who can try to help them. So if you are looking at the brain of the kid, it's just same like a human being. So they work just like a human being. So you have to understand that. And at the same time, on the other hand, a kid has got also what we call separation anxiety. They feel to be in the place where they can express themselves. So if you look at the kid, where if maybe you can take a kid to somewhere where it's a new place, there are people who are just trained there. It'll feel like, ooh, it will not even express its the kid can't express himself or herself well there. You see, they feel when they than when they're at home. They feel world, they feel good whatsoever, a lot of things, but because that's the home where they are supposed to express themselves well. So if you look at the kids, sometimes that's what even happened. So the key sometimes it behave the same. That's as a key. So if you take maybe a key somewhere else where there's a stranger, it will feel lonely. It will not even act like how it act at home. So that's what happen most of the time. So even same applies. If maybe I have to try to give you another example. If you maybe you try to hit a kid, right? You hit a kid, it's going to run to hide somewhere. It knows that okay, they hit me because I wronged something. I gonna have it's going to move somewhere. It gonna have to go there and stay there. So it takes some few time there. Once it takes some few time there, it will come back to you to check how your temper is, cause you had to hit it, all right? But if assuming you hit it, same applies to the baby. If you hit the baby, it's going to cry. It's going to be feeling shy. If the same applies the kid, when you hit, it's going to run from you and go somewhere there until when you can call it back, you start chatting with it. It has no that type of keeping grudges. All right, same applies with a kid. If you are praying with a kid or baby, or who is about 2 to 3 years old, he has no any heart of keeping grudges. It just feel grudge every time, right? And this is just applies to the kid, right? If you hit it, it's going to run away, but it will never keep grudges. It will never feel angry when you call it back. It will just come, all right? So same applies. Their brain is just same as a human being. So if you gotta have a kid, you gotta have to take care of it. It's going to teach a lot of things, even to the children. It's going to change their mentality. When they're playing with the kid, they're able to get some of the love, how they can love their friends. It's going to create a conducive environment how they can love their friends, because what happened, a kid has no conflict, right? It says cool. So once the baby is able to pray with the kid, it's going to get some of the ideas characters of the key, how it behaves. It's going to become, it's going to tune the mentality of them. So it's going to help them in many areas. It's going to teach them a lot of things because the key does something that when you're trying to play with it, man, you're going to learn a lot of things. So I like my key. I take care of it, So you gonna have to learn from it. It's really important. It's just like a human being. You have just to take care of it. Hmm? So, um, as I earlier said, at the end of the video, don't forget to click the subscribe bar as well as notification bell. So I'm also to talk about how a kid realize like now I'm hungry, now I need something, it's requesting things. If you look at a kid, all right, it's going to demand something like, oh, I want to if maybe she want to ask a mother to breastfeed him or her, is going to cry. Same applies with the kid. It's going to do now, right? A kid who is about a baby who is about 2 or 3 years old cannot tell you, Mom, I want to get to eat to suck, right? Or I want you to feed me, I want you to do. It has no that. It's the only demand that they do is only to cry, all right? Then you as a mother, you have a message in your mind to say, oh, the baby want to you want me to feed. Same applies with the kid when it's a time for lunch. You find in the morning I can pray with him. He is really cool, but when it's just really a long time to start crying, yeah, right. It needs something I have to feed. Same pray when it's evening, supper free, it will cry, yeah, we want something me to feed cause it knows that this is the time that I need to be eating. I feel hungry, right? Who is responsible for me? When she sees me, it run to me because it know I give food to it, all right? I take care of it, all right? So, same applies to human being. We only associate with the people who take care of us. If we don't figure out some of the smart within those people, they don't figure the value, how we value them. We got out from them because they don't take care of us. We don't even associate with them. We only need people who are having some of the few similarities between us and them. That's us, my kid. Yeah, so that's what happens. If you take care of your kid, man, it's going to be your best friend to teach you a lot of things. It's going to be the best friend to teach your kid. So if you have a kid, man, please try to associate, have something like a kid can play with, right? It's not only maybe toys. Even some of these animals, they're going to tune their brain when they're playing with them. If maybe a kid has done something like on their skin, they're going to feel, oh, this kid, if I touch like this, it's going to do like this. Whereby maybe a toy can't do such things. So it's going to feel okay. If something is an animal, I have to be able how to handle it. They're going to be learning a lot of different ideas. So this is why I wanted to share with you to say we are almost same. We are just only that they are in animal kingdom where there is classification of animal kingdom. So that's where we have this difference, but we are almost the same. So let's take care of each other. I'm really glad. Thank you very much. Don't forget to click the subscribe bar as well as notification bell to keep updated. Thank you. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next video.